Things that stick with you. You ever notice those movies, like the montage that runs through a person's mind in the movies? I hope you don't mind if I share mine with you. It sort of gives you some insight on how somebody thinks. My father was a mortician, and from an early age, I was painfully aware that we're all going to die. I helped my father when I was a teenager, and we went to crash scenes and crime scenes and all kinds of stuff. And, the people we were there to pick up, I would help him. It always went through my mind, this person was alive like an hour ago or 2 days, yesterday they were alive. They had no idea this was going to happen today. So it stuck with me. A couple of other things happened in my life that stuck with me, and I'm sure things have stuck with you. One time in college, I walked into class, and it was a class that had chalkboards all the way around the room, and the instructor told us to all get in front of the chalkboard, and we were to draw little tiny circles and count them as we did for the entire hour. We just sit there and drew circle, and we had to keep a running count. We had no idea what we were doing, and we're just sitting there drawing, thousands, and we took a tally. And, at the 10 minutes before class was over, and added up all of these thousands and thousands of circles. And so then we added it up. So then the instructor said how many people died in each of the wars. And it hit home that it was a drop in the bucket what we had done compared to how many people died. And it stuck with me. There's not too many classes I remember that vividly, but I remember that one. And two other things I want to share with you that stuck with me is, actually three, but two memorials I went to, and maybe you've been to also, the Holocaust Memorial in Washington, D.C. I went there, and, I was pretty prepared. I knew it was going to be bad, and I'm a history buff, and, I've seen a lot of movies and stuff, and I knew it was going to be bad, so I was pretty prepared until we walked in that room with all the shoes, and you see these shoes just stacked up on top of each other, and I wasn't prepared for that. And wow, that I can still see them, and I think about, all these shoes were stolen from these people, and those were their actual shoes, and they were just stacked up, and it stuck with me. And then it happened again just recently. We went to the 9/11 museum, which if you haven't been, it's awesome. It's a great museum. Again, I thought I was pretty prepared. I knew, I'd heard, I'd read about it. And I was doing okay until we went into that room where you could hear the actual phone conversations. The Pennsylvania flight, which I think was the last one, and it actually was delayed. So they were getting messages, I think, of all the other stuff. So they kind of had an idea of what possibly was happening when, a lot of the other people had no idea. But anyway, you're sitting there and you're listening to the actual phone conversations they're having with their loved ones. The plane has been hijacked. I think I'm going to be okay. Tell everybody I love them. And this is the last phone call these people made, and, many of them. And you're just like, oh my gosh. It sticks with you. And the last thing is my father, and I know a lot of people have lost loved ones, but I lost my father the summer before last, and we buried, that man, and I can still see him laying there, and, this was a man that was just a giant of a man, and in every sense of the word, physically, it was just almost a mythical character, larger than life, and I just saw him laying there, and I can still see it. And, it sticks with you. And I guess my point of all this is you never know. We all know how our story is going to end in one way or another. We just don't know when. So you never know. So if there's somebody you love, go tell them. Square all your accounts. If there's somebody you need to forgive, go forgive them. Square all of your accounts. And live every day as though it could be your last. I hope my message sticks with you. Thanks for watching.